No Man's Sky just kicked the door in, again, hurfed an absolute interstellar hauler load of new stuff onto your floor, again, gave you a wink, and wandered off, again. And while it's been said before, this might be No Man's Sky's biggest update ever. The update is called Worlds Part 1, which is a tantalizing name, isn't it? Part 1. And I mean, hey, one of the things they fixed in this patch, this update, was, quote, an issue that prevented cream fingers from being edible. Who can ask for better than that? I mean, if you are in possession of a cream finger and something stops you from eating it, what kind of existential misery would that trigger in you? Hello again, I am Blunty, and today it's time to think about if it's time to hop back into No Man's Sky for another go. Oh, and if you are a No Man's Sky long-time player, just popping in to see what I have to say about things, hang around for a bit, please. I'm gonna need some advice from you a bit later, I think. So, Update 5.0, Worlds Part 1, claims it transforms the universe into a richer, wilder, more varied and immersive place, and it, like each and every one of the years and years worth of reputation-saving updates from Hello Games' notorious game, is completely free. And among several feature and content additions, including a new expedition, quite a lot here is about boosting immersion and making the planets and their environments feel richer and more detailed than ever before. And frankly, in a game where I have often found myself not driving forward on a mission or a quest or even, stuff farming, but instead just wandering around, exploring, generally chilling out in the environments, that comes as a very welcome change. Quoting their own release copy, featuring huge leaps in water and cloud visuals, increased planetary diversity, new gameplay features, and more. So, we'll now have much more naturalistic weather systems at play, including dynamic storms with blizzards and thunderstorms, and new particle effects for things like snowfall, volcanic ash, heavy rain, dust, and the like. In fact, the very wind itself has been overhauled, with the environment, things like plants and trees and whatever else, being affected in real time by the new dynamic wind simulation. In fact, more than just the wind, but the game engine itself underlying everything has been enhanced to improve visuals and performance, including moving certain things from being a CPU load to a GPU load at last, for more efficient handling and allowing for denser flora, minerals, and whatnot. What took them so long to do that, I will never understand. This game has always been a bit of a pig when it comes to CPU, so moving a bunch of stuff over to GPU for better, more efficient handling of it sounds like a really good idea. Terrain generation gets a rewrite too, for better loading speed and better performance. Hopefully this time the new terrain generation does not F up my base like it did the last time they overhauled that system. It got so bad I literally had to pack up and move the base because it couldn't be rescued, that the environment changed so dramatically and the animals on my chosen planet changed so dramatically, and it made it just I was so pissy about that. I liked my OG base. They ruined it. The water has had a huge update too, now dynamically reacting to the weather for calm, glassy seas or turbulent waves, and it will correctly alter the water's behavior depending how deep it is too, because, that's what real water does. Even the water rendering is overhauled for more realistic rippling and foaming, and alongside this, they're also overhauling the underwater bases and how they work, fixing several big issues that they had. You can even land your ships on water now too, thank goodness for that, because that was always quite annoying. Even shadows get an overhaul for a better sense of immersion and depth. Skies get a new palette of colors for more variety planet to planet. The cloud system is overhauled. New volumetric cloud systems promise more definition, more detail, more variety, more variation between planets. There's new animals in the form of beetle-like creatures, which I'm very happy about. I've always liked beetles. Well, most beetles. Cockroaches can go jump up their own bums, but, most beetles are pretty cool. There's even new flora-style creatures, like weird little twiggy quadrupeds with plant faces. In fact, there's new variety of flora and megaflora overall for richer and prettier garden planets, and indeed I think it might be time to hunt for a new base, because my old home, on a planet I called Earth, hi Will Smith, was never quite what I wanted it to be. I mean, it's fine, but it was never quite there, really. Now, earlier this year, I was already tempted to come back to the game when they finally added the ability to properly customize our ships. I was very excited about that, but haven't got around to going back to the game at this point. Glad I waited, though. Well, at least glad I kept getting distracted by the stuff, not necessarily weighted, but because alongside all the other new stuff I've already been talking about, they've added solar ships to the customizable ship list too. Beyond all of that, there is a huge patch notes list of reams and reams of updates and bullet points and fine-tuning and quality of life upgrades and bug fixes, of course. Now, over the years, since its, let's be kind and call it, notoriously rocky launch, I've popped back along to No Man's Sky to how things are going, because I always did want to like it. I wasn't a hater for hater's sake. I was just disappointed that, Murray told so many lies and got our hopes up for, and didn't give us the game he told us he was going to give us. But I kept coming back to see how things were going, usually with the major updates. The last time I sunk time into the game was a couple of years back in 2022, as they launched the 4.0 update. And in between those full number updates, there's been a total of 25 named updates, which all brought something new to the game. And it is a game I consider well and truly redeemed at this point. It was redeemed years ago, It's never not going to be a meme for how it launched, but the game is properly redeemed now. It is worth playing and has been worth playing for years. And I had a bunch of fun with the 4.0 update, but I think now it's time to come back again and see how things are going again. I've mostly focused on the experiential changes they're making in this video, immersion type stuff, but as you've seen, as it's scrolled by on screen for you there is so much in this new update. So yeah, I think I'm going back, and I think I'll go back live, in fact. I reckon I should stream my return over on Twitch starting tomorrow. And I'll have drops on too, if and when I do that, because hey, there's a new batch of Twitch drops too for some neat stuff for players. So there'll be a link in the down below. Pop along there, pop a follow so you get notified when I go live for that. Come along and hang out, and yeah, especially, like I said in the opening, if you're a No Man's Sky player who has been playing regularly lately, I would love if you came along. Because I might need your help to catch up to everything else that has changed since 2022 when I was last here. So yeah, there you go. Let me know what you think in the down below. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you as always to the patrons scrolling away up above there. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.